They laughed. They mocked. A 9-year-old girl walked into a world of hardened sharpshooters with a tiny custom gun holster strapped to her side. The general couldn't hold his laugh until she stepped onto the field and silenced them all, one shot at a time. This is the unbelievable story of Ava McKinley, the little girl who rewrote the rules of quick-draw shooting forever. In a dusty corner of Arizona, where cowboy hats still ruled and gun ranges echo with legacy, a local shooting competition was about to make history, but nobody knew it yet. Among veterans, ex-Marines, cowboys, and elite marksmen stood someone wildly unexpected, a little girl. Her name was Ava McKinley, only 9 years old, barely 4 feet tall, wearing boots too big for her, and a pink holster stitched by her grandpa. Everyone thought she was lost. But Ava wasn't lost. She came to compete. And what she did that day would shake the entire nation and leave a decorated general speechless. Ava grew up in a quiet town surrounded by cowboys, her grandpa being one of them, a retired military sniper and quick-draw legend in his own right. Her mother passed away when Ava was just 3. Her father, battling grief and PTSD, left Ava in the care of her grandpa. He was strict, disciplined, but he saw something in Ava, something rare. At age 6, while most kids play with dolls, Ava asked her grandpa, "Can you teach me to shoot like you used to?" He chuckled at first, but when she kept asking, he gave in on one condition. "If you treat this like an art, I'll treat you like an artist." And Ava did. Day after day, she trained in silence. Her hands small but precise. Her eyes innocent but laser-focused. She practiced drawing from her holster over 1,000 times a day, with an unloaded revolver made just for her hand. She wasn't just learning to shoot. She was learning to become a master of timing. Then came the Southwestern Regional Quick Draw Invitational, a yearly event attracting elite shooters from across the country. The youngest contestant before Ava had been 19. Ava, she was still in elementary school when she arrived with her grandpa, holding his hand and dragging a pink duffel bag behind her. The laughter began. The general, General Marshall Donovan, a respected war hero and national champion, spotted her and joked, "Someone lose their babysitter?" The crowd erupted in laughter. Ava didn't flinch. She simply smiled and tightened her holster. When her name was called, Ava McKinley, contestant 19, a silence swept through the arena. Some whispered she was just for show. Others thought it was a prank. Bat Ava walked up, calm as the desert wind. She bowed slightly to the judges, then turned to face the steel target. The timer buzzed. Beep draw. Her hand blurred. 0.26 seconds. A perfect center hit. Everyone froze. Tay judge's jaw dropped. The timer official blinked twice and reset the clock, assuming there was an error. "Try again," they said. Second round, 0.24 seconds. Third round, 0.22 seconds. All dead center. The general stood up now, arms folded, no longer laughing. One by one, the top shooter stepped up to challenge her. Some missed. Some got close. None beat her. And then came the final round, her versus General Donovan, the reigning champion. It was supposed to be symbolic, a way to end the game with grace. But what followed became legend. The general stepped forward, his silver revolver gleaming under the sun. He looked at Ava and said, "You've got guts, little one, but this is where it ends." Ava just smiled and replied softly, "Then let's make it count." Beep draw. The cameras slowed it down later to analyze. Ava's draw, 0.19 seconds. General's draw, 0.21 seconds. She had beaten him. Clean, fast, precise. The crowd went silent. Then an explosion of applause. The general took off his hat, walked over to her, and kneeled. "You didn't just beat me. Sweetheart, you reminded me why I ever picked up a gun in the first place." The video of Ava's draw went viral. National news, talk shows, even the military reached out. Some called her a prodigy. Others called her dangerous. But Ava stayed grounded. She used the spotlight to raise funds for veterans with PTSD, like her father. She even created a non-profit to teach firearm safety to kids, not for violence, but for discipline, focus, and respect. Her story inspired millions, especially girls told they weren't strong enough for combat sports. As for the general, he became her biggest fan. He gifted her his Medal of Honor and said, "I earned this in war, but you earned it with peace." Today, Ava McKinley stands as a symbol, not of violence, not of power, but of unshakable will. She reminded us all that courage isn't measured in years. And greatness doesn't care about your size, age, or gender, because when the world laughed at her tiny gun holster, she outdrew every single one of them without ever raising her voice. If you were inspired by Ava's story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, sometimes the smallest hands can leave the biggest mark. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and press the bell icon so that you can receive notifications of every new video.